This September, Team Dimension Data and Zwift are joining forces to create a unique cycling opportunity. Open to cyclists of all ages and abilities, the Team Dimension Data Zwift Academy is a world-class training program designed to make you a rider who will accomplish more than just personal fitness gains. For every 10 cyclists who graduate the academy, Zwift will donate a Quebec bike to help mobilize South African communities.
The work that we do with Quebec, we can change the lives of many different people in communities, and hopefully one day a child that starts on a Quebec bicycle ends up at the Tour de France. Zwift is an amazing platform to connect with fans and to ride with people around the world, and takes indoor training to another level.
Zwift, it feels real, like you do a climb, 20-minute climb, a 30-minute climb, it feels real, and that you can really relate that to racing. I always say it's like the best thing since SRM.
I think it's a lot of people that are really strong and maybe not have the chance to show how strong they are.
The Academy doesn't stop here. Top performing graduates under the age of 22 will be invited to compete for a contract with Team Dimension Data's U23 Continental Squad.
This is a real opportunity for any under 23 rider from around the world to come into our Continental team to showcase their talent and to be a part of the national team circuits and the under 23 circuits, and then potentially get into the world tours.
I truly believe that Zwift Academy is going to fill in a huge chunk of that journey from being a dreamer to the reality at the end.
Zwift and Team Dimension Data challenge you to train today for a stronger, better tomorrow. Take action now and sign up at academy.zwift.com.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Nathan Garrett coming at you from Zwift Community Live. We're going to get right into the racing. We've got some KISS Europe racing out on Watopia today, and it does look like we're doing the reverse course. 3 laps for the women and 4 laps for the men, and this is a part of the Zwift Academy races be completed to do the academies. So let's jump right into the racing here with the women as they are about to head into the reverse climb. Actually, I am seeing it is going to be 2 off the front. Actually, we do have T. Arath here. Let's see if we can bring the volume down just a tad of Zwift over there. And yeah, it looks like T. Arath riding for Fixed Pot. Not exactly sure what team that is, but coming out of Germany, it looks like, as well as Gert Sema coming out of the Netherlands here. So 2 off the front, 4.5, 4.8 watts per kilogram. In the B category, now it looks like the B category had the most women jumping in, but definitely at a 4.7 watts per kilogram, 4.4 for Gert Sema, and then Biana there coming out of Spain, making the chase there at 4.4. So maybe just trying to jump into the more populated race. There were 4 women that jumped into the A category that I did see when I jumped in with Lindsay's avatar just a moment ago. But it looks like E-Pain here is making a chase with, it looks like, Cameron right along with Kona Bear. Good to see Carrie out there killing it for the BRT team coming out of the UK. Very strong rider, participator actually in the London CVR event as well as the event in France. Looks like she's about to make a chase up to the 2 leaders right now. It's going to be a good race actually, with 2 going off the front right off the bat. It's going to be a tough day for them though to hold off this chase group. It looks like it's containing about, let's see if we can get a good shot here from up top here. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, perhaps 5 riders now making the chase down. It looks like they may be able to catch them with 7 seconds now is all it is here. We're looking back here. We do see E-Pain now just dangling off the back here using that feather power, 168 beats per minute. What's really interesting to me right now as well is that a lot of these women look to be perhaps first-time racers, and I'd be interested to hear their feedback on racing actually out on Zwift, since it looks like a lot of them are doing the race because of the Zwift Academy. If we head on over to zwiftpower.com, you can actually see the current results for this ladies race. As you can see here, T. Arath, Gert Sema, they had that 8-second gap or so. But the only racers that I see with past races right now that have been registered with zwiftpower.com would be Kona Bear, right along with Cameron, and then Reimer here sitting in 10th place. If you aren't familiar with zwiftpower.com, you can see their current watts per kilogram they have held for a 20-minute duration. They have not been racing for 20 minutes yet, so they maybe not be over category limits. They are only been racing for about 8 minutes or so. So it's just tracking what they've done so far. This will drop down once they are over 20-minute marker. We'll have to see how this plays out though throughout the rest of the climb. What's going on with the men's race at the front in the A category right now? We can see that they are heading out of the Italian village right now and into the bridge, heading into the climb right now. And we can see it is going to be innovation up toward the front red line with Whiteley. Charlie is there as well. Seeing Gavin Richardson. Looks like Kate's jumped in with the boys today. Good to see her out there hammering away. And Kate, there was a women's category. Maybe she wanted to jump in with the boys. She definitely was going to be racing with us over in Iceland. And wants a little bit of a challenge with these boys out here. Tim Cartwright out here, though, it looks like 146 beats per minute, 371 watts or so. And that's going to be the one to be watching out for today. For Tim Cartwright, always one of the strongest riders out on Zwift. So watch out for Cartwright here in this race for sure to be trying to take this win. I'm not sure. Recently, we did see a little bit of upset a couple days ago, well, maybe 2 weeks ago or so, with him, and I believe it was an ODZ rider that might have attacked out of nowhere. I'm actually seeing a second, a seventh, and a second for Mr. Cartwright here. 219 races out on Zwift. The last time he did the Kiss America's AM, he took a second place, actually. Gonna go ahead and take a check here and see who that was to, actually. And that would be Yun Fei, actually, at a solid 5.79. Has a Zotto approval badge, so seen some chatter around Uwu recently, but wow, crazy 5.79 there. EVR Europe there as well. A lot of wins in that though for Mr. Tim Cartwright recently. But the last KISS Europe race that he won was actually back on September 5th. So looking for another W out here today, but 3 EVR Europe races in a row, actually, as of recently. And Tim Cartwright here. So looking forward now, this is where the climb is going to start opening up. We do see the Gutenplan man here, 162 beats per minute, right along with Jay Charlie. Then Lecoq is there as well, and Fleetwood trying to hang on to the pace. Dempster just on the back here coming from the BRT team. Kyle Augustine trying to go with the sprinter coming from the Innovation Cycling team. Whitley is there as well. Jay Tardy, PTZ with Gama is there, but we're looking forward, and it looks like Brett Boniface now for ODZ representing with the Bounty Man, able to go right along with Cartwright. They're allowing Grand to go off the front at this point, and I believe they may not make the chase. We're going to have to see Cartwright here chasing it down just a little bit, but it looks like Innovation going to get back on with Cartwright, and then I think they may allow Johan to get away at this point. 6.9 watts per kilogram, killing it now, 184 beats per minute. He does have a 4-second gap now at this point, but it looks like Gama, Tardy, Boniface, Whiteley, Dempster, Charlie, Anvik, all making this front group. Does look like we do have Szerzynski with Vanna just barely hanging on to this attack. Turksmas here as well out of the Netherlands with Carlsen and another innovation rider, Gavin Richardson, falling off the pace now. This is the first chase group that's starting to form. Just 2 riders, though. They may be able to work together with 2 innovation boys in and amongst the pack here, able to close this down. Caston's there as well with Espe right on the wheel, using that arrow power up, dragging another innovation rider up to this group to make it 3 strong. But with an attack there going off the front of the group from Richardson, he might just have to say goodbye to the rest of his teammates if he wants to see that group again. 5 seconds up, it's going to be very difficult to close it down. Candela right along with Westermark. Looks like Jablonski, Fleetwood, and then Mac D. Watson there just hanging on with this group, and Jay Lecoq Guten the plan. Pelosi out of Italy with Kate now, it looks like, hanging on to her wheel as she's going to pull perhaps up to the Guten plan coaching man out of the US of A, who is falling off pace from this front group right now. So that is your top 20 situation or so. G Moore now off the back as well. Maybe we'll catch up to Pelosi and Kate Verno and perhaps grab back onto a few places that might have gone a little bit too hard too early here. Back in with the women's race now. It does look like up toward the front here in the B category. We are seeing it is E-Pain and Kona Bear. Still 32 seconds, though. It is from E-Pain as well as CD, and then it will be Pereira Rigo. So this is the main chase group of 3 now, and it looks like that front group was unable to catch the German rider Era out there. She is still off the front there, 4.0 watts per kilogram. Portela, though, right along with Kona Bear and Geertsema, making the chase now as they head into the Essies. 4.0 watts per kilogram, solid though from the rider on the front out of Germany now. Without any past results, though, it's going to be hard to see what kind of heart rate that they can hold for the full duration of the 20 minutes or the full duration of the race. But 173 beats per minute. A lot of human hearts go much over 200, and so I'm assuming maybe right into a 183 to 190 for that max-ish heart rate. And so if the German rider here is definitely in the threshold, I would believe at least at this point, trying to hold on to this 17 seconds. It's only a 3-lap race, though, with a little bit shorter race. It's definitely a good move to try and get off the front here, as she's going to be racing for about 40 minutes or so, a little more than 40 minutes or so, doing, what are their lap times? I do not have the board on the left-hand side for the women today, so I'll have to change that up in Lindsay's settings there. But Portela, Anna, and then Cameron Geertsema, looks like Kona Bear here. 35 seconds back then. E-Pain right along with Rigo. They're making a solid chase here. They're doing about 2.5 to 3.0 watts per kilogram, but that front group up into that 4 or so are making a concerted effort, it looks like, to try and bring back the German rider. Actually, now heading toward the front here, we are seeing 3.8, 3.5 watts become 157 beats per minute from Kerry here. Kona Bear BRT rider, not really... it looks like in too much bother right now. 158, 159 beats per minute, actually. Just taking her turn, her pole at the front here. 23 miles per hour as they make their way through the Essies now. Oh, and we just lost the front. Let's not click on Lindsay's avatar and get stuck in the pens. But fixed spot here, 4.0 watts per kilogram. Solid 24. So still open up in a gap, actually, maybe unable to make the chase now as the German rider is starting to walk away from the rest of the women here. The men are just coming through for their lap out on course, and it looks like it's been a fast one. 11:37. That is absolutely screaming fast. Let's go ahead and see how things are heating up over there with the front runners. We're seeing Tardy right along with Cartwright, Whiteley, Charlie there as well, Orgel, and then Turksma out of the Netherlands. Is that one of the, yeah, it is one of the eFondo kits, actually, that you do get in game for completing the eFondos, actually. So good to see that in game. Speaking of that, I believe the eFondo season for the Northern Hemisphere is starting up pretty soon here. So exciting for that. And those kits can be opened up in game by completing those. Pretty cool program with Zwift that you can complete there. And Vic now out of Norway, though, it looks like always one to watch out for in the sprint if he can hang on. It does look like no sprint for Mr. Augustine today. Boniface is one I'm keeping eyes on. I'm coming back from racing in real life and into Zwift was one of the hardest transitions now, coming off of his season of racing actually in the Pacific Northwest, actually. And looking through here, I'm going to see what kind of results Mr. Boniface has had of his racing. Out of Canada, riding for Team ODZ, it looks like with a solid 4.6 so far throughout the race. Brett Boniface, 210 races out on Zwift. 323 watt FTP is what we're looking at here from the rider out of Kenya. Took a second in the EVR Europe recently against, I believe it was a pretty good field. And that was yesterday. They actually came flying by on the flat course on Richmond while me and Coach Hendy were doing the power pyramids. Actually, we hung out with them for a little bit before they took off and we went into our rest interval. But let's see, he took a second place. Good to see with Brett there. Let's go ahead and see what kind of field there was yesterday in that race. I am seeing Tim Cartwright actually racing yesterday against Brent Boniface. Adam Webb was there as well in third, Brian Montgomery, and then Thomas Rosenquist. So definitely a crazy strong field, and it looks like a repeat almost of yesterday's race with Cartwright and Boniface perhaps being the favorites out here today. I'm going to be watching out though for Anvik to be hanging out with them. Oh, excuse me, Kyle Augustine did not fall off pace. If he is able to hang in with these riders, we could have an upset again here. Give him a ride on for doing so. Loving the gray beard there, old Gandalf. Good job, Augustine, on the on the creativity there on the rider. Absolutely loving it. So we'll see if old Gandalf says you shall not pass over the top of the reverse Watopia pass, and we'll be able to hang on for the sprint effort we know the BMX rider does have. Tardy now making his way to the front for the KRT riders. All Grupo Compactoed at this point, so nobody making any kinds of breaks. Again, in the women's race, though, still, this chase, it's just dangling there right around 20 to 30 seconds or so. We do see T. Arath now making her way into the climb right now, the reverse Watopia climb. We'll see if she's able to hold on to this. 27 seconds. B. Anna now making her way to the front, and it looks like definitely holding down a solid enough pace to close us back down. And with that group, they do have the effort and the ability to, I mean, well, maybe not the ability, but they do have a little bit of advantage to close this down. It's up to them to show whether or not they have the ability to close it down, but they definitely have the numbers there to make it happen. But maybe the German rider here just too strong for the rest of the riders. Now, this would be the place to close it down there, and perhaps that's what's going on. Knowing that their climb is on the way, they've been resting up perhaps some of the riders there, allowing their heart rates to come down. 156, 155 from Kona, but I believe she may be beat a little bit higher than that. Let's go ahead and see what Carrie's been doing recently out on Zwift for her racing. She did take a win recently, it looks like, in the XRS La Feminine, actually on the 26th. The Zwift Academy women's group ride, she's been doing those. Those have been tracked as well. Odiva is actually ladies race back on the 5th, took a 5th in that. But in that XRS race, taking that W, it looks like here. And as I look through, solid 181 watts, 3.3 watts per kilogram for the duration of the race, actually, in that race. So looking through, I just wonder if she's going to be able to bring this back. Era still at that 4.4 watts per kilogram in the B category. So definitely A category numbers there coming from her. So it does look like the chase is on, though. Here comes Geertsma out of the Netherlands. It's only 10 seconds now. And with Eroff being off the front this entire time, she's most likely not going to have the same kick, right? The rest of the riders in that group have been resting up a little bit, allowing their tempo pace to be more of what is going to drive the pace. Arath has had to hold that heart rate as high as possible, hold that threshold effort as high as possible, and try and hold off these riders now. And these other riders now at the crucial points of the climb here, those 7% gradients, 8% gradients uphill, definitely have a chance now to close this down. But then if they do not have that raw power out on course, then for the continuance over the top of the climb and into the flats, then it will be a difficult day for them. Bring back Miss Fixed Pots on the front of this race. Back with the men now. They are just starting their climb as well. We are seeing Tardy here, 6.6 watts per kilogram, leading things out. But here comes Bolkrod right along with Cartwright, about to pass things up here as they come by what we call the big old alien statues. Up here we do have Szerzynski now, as we can see, starting to make his way to the front of this group now. Gamma now, also PTZ, but there's Cartwright up toward the front, I believe. No, excuse me, that's his teammate Tardy there. And Boniface now on the far right with the ODZ kit, with the Tron wheels. Bolkrod there as well is starting to make his way through. BRT rider, as you can see, Whiteley now still in the mix. Augustine able to hang on with that arrow power up, as you can see there. And then it is Cartwright though on the front, and getting away from the rest of the riders now. This is a serious attack here with only 4 laps out on course. Second time up and over the top of the climb. And then Szerzynski is here making the chase with the innovation rider, Gavin Arbor, there as well. A little bit over 300 watts there, Gavin. Gonna ruin yourself. Better keep it consistent, buddy. This is a climb now. 6.2 watts per kilogram here coming from Cartwright, right along with Advik. 182 beats per minute coming from Advik right now, and definitely up into the Sufferfest zone for him, or the suffering zone for him. And looking through here, see what kind of pace Mr. Advik can hold on to for a max heart rate. I'm looking at his ZwiftPower.com. It says only 2 races out on Zwift. He maybe needs to register with ZwiftPower.com. Coming out of Norway, 358 watt FTP is what it says here. Took a third in the Kiss Europe race actually 2 days ago. Solid effort. We actually watched that sprint, and that was up against Mr. Jonathan Levy and then Joan Gravdo. Simon Edvig coming in for 3rd place behind those two. That was over on the London loop, actually, the Greater London loop. And we are also seeing, for a max heart rate, 184 is the highest we've seen. So Advik definitely putting all of his chips on the table right now, as he makes his way to the top of this climb. The Melting Man going right along with him. Charlie there right along with Dempster, and then it will be Whitley, Bokerod, and then Vanna just off the back coming out of Belgium here. Let's see if he can make his way back to the wheel. 191 beats per minute. We'll give him a ride on. Race WBR is in the house. But it is so close right now, and it's just that race of meters. Another rider comes right on by. S. Bay there out of the real country, Denmark. Boniface now off the back a little bit. Vanna might have a wheel to work with here, but on this uphill section, it's going to be all about watts per kilogram, and they are fading for Vanna. 187. We saw it max out at 191. As soon as you see the watts drop and the heart rate drop 3 beats like that, it's almost certainly diggity done. And with those boys getting away now at this point, that race of meters seems to be fading away from him ever so slowly. And now the group is getting away. We are seeing Bay here with a lucky power-up, actually. Grabs that arrow power-up. Richardson now falling up, but maybe he'll grab onto the Danish rider's wheel there. Boniface almost back on terms. 194 beats per minute, boys and girls. Absolutely suffering. Trying to have this rematch with Cartwright. Maybe there was a dropout or something. Not exactly sure. Boniface, unlike him, to be falling off the back like this, but at 3.9 watts per kilogram, 192 beats per minute. There's that arrow power up, actually. And on this section, of course, this is the place to use it. Up and out of the saddle, 500 watts. And Brandon now knowing that one of the main threats is off the back, it looks like, looking to bring that pace up and work for his teammate, Mr. Cartwright there. And so up to the front there, 7.2 watts per kilogram. Innovation with Arbor now. And Augustine says, you puller. He calls him a puller. Augustine off the back. Gandalf. It did not work. The Belrog won, and they shall pass, falling down into the depths of the mountain. But he'll be back. He'll be back. Hope I didn't ruin the movie. All right, Cartwright here, 6.4 watts per kilogram, making his way to the front. The Melting Man is there as well. Beats per minute, pulling on through. Innovation says that they're next, and trying to hold off the ODZ. It's almost the ODZ, the ODZ day today for the riders trying to make Brett Boniface doesn't whoop them all in the end. Looks like it's working out all right for him actually at this point as they're starting to get away. I am turning on our social media integration right now, everyone, so you can go ahead and bring your questions, comments, or anything else you would like to over at us at Zwift's Facebook, or you can also tweet at us at Z Community Live, at Z Community Live. You can actually see it right on in the tweet that went out from Zwift Community Live. Thanks a lot, Zwift, for throwing that tweet out there. I'm going to go ahead and show this to you guys in just a second. Got to bring in some Zwift racing to the overlay, but here we can see, welcome to the broadcast, Chris Europe. Any comments or questions, ask them here or tweet them at Z Community Live. You can also throw in any kind of Zwift picks or relevant information in a media format. We can bring that on. Videos don't actually play through the integration, but a pick will be able to be shown. So questions or comments, bring them on through. We'll answer them or interact with them and get you a highlight here over on the broadcast. All right. Looking through, let's check out what's happening with the women's race. I believe they're on their last lap out here today. And the fixed pot is no longer fixed, it looks like, in that position off the front here. 4.10 watts per kilogram or so. Steady still. But where is that heart rate and how high has it gotten here? 176 still. So looks like her tempo range is right around that 172 to 173, or maybe just sub threshold. I think she's actually going into that over threshold type effort now at this point. So definitely be watch out for that pack to be chasing her. It's only 10 seconds and being off the front this entire time and it coming down to this last moment now. Definitely going to be a tough day for her out here if all of that effort was for not off the bat here. So if she cannot hold them off, here's the deal is that the riders that are chasing her down are going to be a lot fresher as she's put out this all-out TT type effort off the front now. Only 11 seconds, but again, at the same time, this group has not shown that they can close this down actually so far. Maybe this has been tactical this entire time through, but I would be concerned if I were in this group that are unable to close this down now. Cameron there at the front taking her turn, 22 miles per hour. It looks like Erath here though, all day long on the front, just barely able to hold on to that few seconds. It was as big as about 30-second gap at one point though. And so Erath here now with Port Hella out of the US of A taking her turn at the front, 176 beats per minute. Looks like these women are working really well together actually. No serious attacks that have been coming from them, but I'd be waiting for the reverse Watopia climb actually for when those attacks are really going to be taking place. Right now through the Essies, just a series of punchy climbs now at this point. Nothing to get away, so definitely a point on the course at which you would want to work together. You can see through the mini map here what the gap is to the front runner now. We are seeing is just at 8 seconds. It's right there, just around the corner actually all the time. She's actually just about in their sights there. There she is, just over the top, just over the crest there. If they can really do a little bit of a sprint, a little bit of effort, a little bit of continuance over the top of this climb, they will up their speed and maybe be able to bring her back into the fold. But at 32 miles per hour here, not sure that's going to happen because they're fading back to 2.6 watts per kilogram after the climbs actually. They're really using the force of the climbs in order to encourage on their pace. But the second it gets in the flats and the downhills, fixed pot here, Erath just seems to show that she's got the steady TT type power all day long. So it doesn't look like it's going to be bringing it back as of yet here. Anna now right along with Gertsema here, Kona Bear, and then Portela. A little ways back then we do see H. Lax here trying to chase down these front runners in the B category. It does have a gap of a few seconds, about 10 seconds over a chase group that is containing, it looks like Pereira Rego. And then it will be CD also chasing that down. E. Payne is here right along with Stevenson, all a part of the Zwift Academy. That is looking for that pro contract actually with the Team Canyon SRAM, actually. So all of these women that are, Bianna, I think, is the only one in the group here, not a part of the Zwift Academy, actually. So all of the other riders here are a part of that competition, as you can see, and as well as fitness community. Largest fitness community out in the world is the goal. Online fitness community in the world, and it looks like it's doing a great job with all the women that have shown up to race out here today. I did see it was 50 plus, I believe, that had shown up for the race between all the categories. We'll definitely be catching the other categories as best as we can as we make our way to the line here. But this is the last lap here for the women here. It's only 10 seconds up to Aerith right now. It does look like Cartwright now did make an attack, though, through the Essies, and it looks like he is absolutely gone. We missed the attack there for just a minute, but it looks like Turksma right along with Gamma trying to make that chase there. But through the Essies, an unexpected attack, actually, from Cartwright. So absolutely killing it. And we are seeing Dave Bibby here saying, "Go Z-Sun team." Looking good. Thanks a lot, Dave Bibby, for jumping into the broadcast over on Twitter. I am seeing some here. And go Tim Boom. And Lewis Dinsdale must be watching in Zwift himself as well. But yeah, Tim has gone off the front. You can see the attack up above me here. Just about to head into the reverse Watopia climb again for this third time. So it will be one more lap to go after this one. It is going to be a TT effort off the front, 6.2 watts per kilogram here. And we'll have to see if they are able to chase this back down. He does have that feather power up with innovation now. Arbor at the front. Gamma, Dempster, Turksma. But Cartwright's got 6.5 watts per kilogram steady here on the front of at the front of this race right now. So it's definitely going to be a difficult day. They're going to have to put out a solid 8 to 9 watts per kilogram, a full-on attack at this point in order to bring this back now. Innovation here with Arbor now. You can see it is going to be Gamma PTZ now with that feather power up, 9.7 watts per kilogram, bringing Cartwright almost back within striking range right now. Dempster going with them as well. BRT team 181 beats per minute now. Anvik now, it looks like going as well out of Norway. And now there's a little bit of lap traffic. We're trying to make our way through here. We do see Cartwright with those Tron wheels just a little ways up now. Anvik, though, maybe out of sight for him. There's Cartwright now, 6.3 watts, 6.4 watts per kilogram. It's only a 7-second gap now, but he's got to get with a few other riders now in order to chase this down. Jay Charlie is going as well. Jay Charlie, English Tour de Womborne winner, actually, I'm being told by Simon Haycock, actually, over at Zwift's Facebook, actually. I'm probably getting the pronunciation of that tour completely wrong. And Kev Steven cheering on Mr. Brett Boniface. Kev Steven riding for ODZ, cheering on his teammate there. Good to hear that. This is proper Zwift is king. Awesome. Good to see you there, Anthony Neve. Smash it, Simon says there as well. Joe for the win. So everybody's there. You got it. Joe Charlie. He's got a lot of people cheering him on. Right now, looks like he's on a Cyclops trainer, and let's see if he's able to close this down the Cartwright, actually. Anvik and him now going. He's played it super smart now at this point. 181 beats per minute, Mr. Charlie here. And it looks like on that, he's even on the original Zwift bike that you open up out there. Charlie killing it, man. And no Tron bike, no Cervelo, just straight up old school. Let's go. And chasing down the juggernaut Cartwright. 7 seconds is all he's got. It's going to be very difficult to hold on to that. But at 5.4 watts per kilogram, now fading for a second there, kicking again, 6.9 watts per kilogram. So we'll see if he's able to pull this back in. Now back into the attacks going on in the women's race, though. This is pretty interesting, as Aerith, who's been off the front this entire time, 4.0 watts per kilogram right now. 2 seconds is all the gap is, and you can see Gersema has made that attack. The women coming out of the Netherlands here, and then it will be Anna also there, out of Spain. Cameron there is still with a Kona Bear, just hanging on. 4.8 watts, become 170 beats per minute right now. And it looks like this group is going to stick together. It's 3 seconds. She's right there. It's a race of 12 meters right now. And this is for the win, I believe. And they're actually coming in for their final lap here, right? Because they've been doing about 12 minutes laps, actually. This is their last time up and over the top of this climb, actually. About 14-minute laps or so. So that would put them just a little over 40 minutes for 3 laps. And this is it. And it's been closed down after being off the front this entire time. And immediately it looks like Anna may be attacking. No, just content to close it down. I'm not sure. 215 watts right now. No heart rate though. So perhaps unable to win outright. And also on the Go-Go Power Rangers there, actually, B category rider. We'll have to wait for the race officials to let us know, but we are seeing here on the Real Power there, Cameron, as well as Portella, and then Gertsema though, off the back though from the Netherlands. Kona Bear unable to hang on, falling off the pace. We'll give her a ride on for her effort, but it looks like it's going to be GG for Kona Bear out there today. Gertsema out of the Netherlands now trying to chase it down. It looks like the initial attacker over the top of the 7% gradient, unable to hang on to the pace he initially set to close it down. So it will be fixed pot with Portella and then Anna off the front. It is 3 riders now altogether. Oh, excuse me, 4 riders with Cameron in there as well out of the UK. Absolutely killing it. And Gandalf is here. What's going on with Gandalf is here over at Zwift's Facebook. Neil Hayward, good to see you there. Is Kyle Augustine in the Zwift Facebook chat there, perhaps, is what's going on? We are seeing a nice little pic here coming through from Mr. Johnny Noblet, actually. Let's see if I can bring that on. The finalist. As these women are finishing out their lap here, it says Zwift Academy men's finalist African themed smart bike being tested ahead of the final in Cape Town in November at Zwift Miami. 3 ready. Wait a second. What does this say? What's the 3 ready to be shipped? Sounds good. I think they got a lot of giraffes over there, so we'll have to see how that plays out for Mr. Charlie there. I think Charlie might get a little mad at you if you send his giraffe bike over to Africa, but we'll see how that ends up playing out with the family there. Cameron there went along with Portella and Anna. It looks like Gersema able to hang on. And now, wait a second, fixed pot, oh, still in there. This is for the win, actually. The chips are about to be laid on the table. What is the river card? What's the turn card? The turn card has been the catch, but now the river, who has the sprint? Is anybody waiting for, let's see here, the arrow power up? Perhaps the RNG will be in their favor. What are they holding on to? Anna here now set a new record up on the top with a 4:32 actually up on the top of this race. They're not updating that up on top here for me because I'm in the A category with the avatar that I'm using. No! We need the no Zwift. We need the no Zwift. Oh man. The Zwift. Oh no, Zwift Scotty Weiss is what we need right now. I'm so sorry that happened, and we're not going to see who the winners are. We'll have to have a little chat. So moving forward, they are seeing it is going to be J Charlie right along with Turksma here as well. I'm gonna see if I can log back into Zwift with my avatar here for the women and hopefully be able to join up with them for their sprint. It was really heating up to be an amazing sprint there, and hopefully we can catch it before it finishes out here. So moving as quickly as I can here to bring that right on into the broadcast here, boys and girls. So right back with, it looks like the front end of the men's race. Tim Cartwright has been caught, it looks like, out on course, and so it will be Grupo Compacto for the reverse climb, and unless there's another attack from them through this section right now, we'll have to see if Lindsay follows Kona Bear. Hopefully she does in Zwift, although Lindsay doesn't use the a lot of the user interfaces. So we'll have to see if she does follow Carrie, and we'll see if it doesn't end up bringing us back to that sprint just in time here. Cartwright now at the front here. Charlie has made that catch along with the rest of the group, as we are seeing a few more saying go Charlie out there today. So we'll have to see if able to, and no, she does not follow them. That's a lot of fun. So turning things around here though, let's go ahead and see what's happening with Jay Charlie. He is off the back actually a little bit. There was an attack here from Dempster and Cartwright as they make their way to the line right now, and I am seeing it looks like Charlie just barely able to get back on terms. We'll keep eyes on him, as it looks like definitely one of the favorite of the riders here. Patella already across the line for the women's race, so it looks like Cameron, Patella, and the rest of them definitely have already finished up their race out there today. Let's go ahead and check out zwiftpower.com real quickly and see how it ended up. It was actually Allie Cameron with the W out there, and definitely a part of the Zwift Academy. Actually, looking through, it is going to be Cameron. And Emirath, actually, even after being off the front the entire time, was able to take that right along with Bubalam, and then it will be Anna coming out of Spain. But on the Power Rangers there, 4.1 watts per kilogram. Sarah Patella, followed by Kara Coneybear there in 5th place. Dorian Gertsema then taking 6th. There's still a chase group heating up though in the women's category, so we'll definitely keep eyes on how that's going to play out. But the men now, as they're about to make their way to the reverse climb now, as we are seeing, it is the Melty Man here, 6.2 watts per kilogram at the front end of this race right now, with an attack off the front. Actually, this is pretty brave of the Melty Man now. Not sure it's going to stick right now, but might as well try, as I'm not sure he has the kick up on the top of the climb and is trying to break things up a little bit. We are see Cartwright. Actually, this is definitely team tactics at this point. Cartwright goes to the front, goes to 0 watts per kilogram, holds up the pack a little bit, allows the Melty Man to get a little bit more wiggle room now. And so it looks like bending Melting Tower though fading now. It looks like at this point 3.3 watts per kilogram, not going anywhere. Is Gamma from the PTZ team now chasing it right on down. It looks like it will be Anvik still hanging in there as well. Cartwright, Szerzinski, Charlie's there now, and it looks like Turksmut, Dempster, Gavin Arbor's made it for innovation. Having a good race today, for sure. Jay Charlie out on Zwift here. I'm going to go ahead and click on the link. He's got 5 races, actually, Joe Charlie. He took a second in the XRS Tuesday night race. That was just 2 days ago, actually. Then he took a first, actually, in the ZTR last week, and then an XRS back on the 14th. So only 5 races out on Zwift. He's got a 340 watt FTP is what Zwift Power is letting us know. And look here, let me see if I can find some of the past results, and I'm seeing 40 actually is the one who was able to take out Joe Charlie actually in that race back on the XRS ZTR race on Tuesday, Le Monstre, or 40 as he's known as. I wonder if they know each other actually in the UK and race against each other. Solid effort here, though, from Joe so far. Going to be watching out for him for the W, perhaps. Maybe one of the new ringers out on course here, as he's got a lot of people here saying, come on, Charlie, bring it on here, as we can see. And so looking through here, I am seeing a lot of comments, actually. 6 Chase Gamma, Nikki Hug is saying. So Gamma for the PTZ team coming out of Portugal, definitely throwing down the watts in order to bring the group back together right now, and doing a great job of doing so. As to head into the climb there, there's the shot of Gamma there, and now Josh 1 tons over here is what I'm being told, or for Joe, I believe, is what Simon is talking about here. No mercy, Joe. Need a hill. So, and it looks like they're coming into the hill right now, actually. And here we go. Cartwright kicking 8.8 watts per kilogram right along with Gavin Arbor. We are seeing Charlie here also with the feather power up, following up there. But Cartwright's got a 4-second gap immediately and goes a little bit earlier than the rest of the riders, which is going to give him more landscape to work with, but he's going to have to hold on to the effort longer than the rest of the group. Coming up over the top of the climb now, here comes Cartwright. There's the effort from him, 175 beats per minute. Looks like 4 seconds to Anvik. Are they going to come into the view even? Almost out of sight here now. We don't even see the riders chasing at this point. He killed it over the top there. Now faded for a second and then kicks again, actually. Anvik 7 seconds back now. Charlie unable to make the chase there, it looks like here. 5.3 watts per kilogram, as you can see, 185 beats per minute. And Cartwright's got 7.8 again. Rests up again, allows the 23-24 to kick in and then goes one more time, and he just keeps on kicking over and over again. And we are seeing Charlie here has fade, maybe racing for second at this point, as Cartwright is gone, as we are seeing the juggernaut who is Tim Cartwright. And looking for some revenge, it looks like, out here, as he has not won a race out on Zwift in a little while, actually. So we are seeing Charlie, well, not a little too long. I mean, the second, third, fifth, and a second, not too bad for the last few he's done out here. But he did do the EVR, I believe, recently and take a W as well. But if we're it's not just pure goals, and I think it might be the reality that we're heading into the fall and winter season, getting a lot more of the riders who are super strong coming out of their summers now at the elite level now, trying to bring their talent to the world of Zwift. Anvik being one of them here now, as we're seeing 8.2 watts per kilogram from him. Cartwright's going to have to watch out here. He's gone off the front, but there's a group chasing him down, and they've got that group dynamic of traveling faster and faster and faster here. And we are seeing Cartwright here now, 10 seconds off the front here. Gama now trying to chase it down. 2 seconds up to Anvik now. Anvik out of Norway now. Jay Charlie now 181 beats per minute, just hanging on, it looks like, at this point, with Dempster as well, 187. And the Melty Man still there. This is so smart by KRT, sitting on and allowing everybody to pull up to their teammate, waiting for the sprint if needed. So sitting in, making sure he makes the group and then sprints at the end if Cartwright is caught. That's what he's looking to do here, it looks like. Turksman now right along with, look like there's DD. We'll give her a ride on in the B category for the women, finishing up her race. Looks like Abotha as well from Z Sun. And we'll actually be able to see a few of the riders for the women's category bring in still here from this perspective here, where Cartwright again 9.2 watts per kilogram, 31 miles per hour. We are seeing Turksman now trying to chase that down. A lot of lapped riders though out here, causing crazy confusion, I think, for the riders now. Dempster and the rest haven't dropped off now, as we do see them make their way through the lapped riders. Cartwright off the front now with a huge group of C riders up ahead of him. And just like jumping into the single track, into the mountain bike races, this is what it makes me familiar of. Get out of the way. Race leader coming through, please. Race leader on your left. I've got a gap. Don't hold me up. Turksman, I'm trying to chase, coming on through, but he might get a little assistance here, actually, as the rider in the C category's got the arrow power up and is bringing Turksma from the Netherlands right on up to Cartwright's wheel. Cartwright having to kick in the 10 watts per kilogram. Can he hold off the A category rider? 174 beats per minute still, and we'll see if they're going to be able to chase this down. Turksma, 2 seconds is the difference, still getting that advantage from the group that he's around. It's not his fault either, you guys. I mean, there's just a reality. And now he's got the group, and he's sprinting out of the group now. 8.6 watts per kilogram. It was almost like getting dropped off at the line. Cartwright just faded now at this point. That's enough for me. The men of the Netherlands played it just right with the lap traffic, and he has the C category team on his side. The unattached rider is all in with that arrow power up and gets dropped off at the line. Still a huge effort though. 181 beats per minute though, and 400 watts. Still had an amazing power to make that happen. But the Cartwright definitely with a little more, I believe. Dempster to the line here, I believe. No, it'll be Szerzynski. And I believe Arbor and then Dempster. Gama across the line next. Charlie will be just outside the top 5, I believe. Nice job all around to the riders in the A category. Absolutely demolishing it. Bertus Turksmith saying, ouch. Good to see it. Broadcast, actually, Bertus. And I bet you that hurt like crazy. And a little bit of assistance there, but played it really smart, actually, knowing that that group was there in the downhill might help you out. Or perhaps it wasn't even played smart, just hurting that bad. You couldn't close the gap, and you just had to hang in with those riders, and they just happened to bring you back on up. But that was an amazing effort there. Bertus Turksman. Bertus Turksman, we'd love to know, are you U23? I'm going to have to take a look here over at zwiftpower.com, actually, and it'll give us an idea of where this rider sits. Masters. It says Masters, so not U23. Nope. Sorry, just checking really quickly here, as I was seeing maybe a younger individual in the profile pic there, but it does not look like it. Always on the watch out for the U23 riders out there, especially in the team dimension data. Jablonski is out there out of Poland, actually, maybe having a different day than he did on Tuesday, actually. Szerzynski here now killing it. It looks like Smallman just coming across the line out of New Zealand in the women's race, I believe here. Kay Addy as well. Atkins now. And Innovation now, it looks like Gavin Richardson out sprinting Mr. Bokerod there to the line. Well, not really a sprint. It's got the gap, holding on to it as Gavin comes to the line. It will be Bokerod, though, right along with Whiteley from the BRT team, but it looks like Bokerod does not have the effort any longer. Whiteley making his way to the line, 10 watts per kilogram. Solid effort there. Looking back at the women's race, then let's go ahead and see what the results were there. As we, oh man, I wish we got that sprint. Would have been amazing, but we do it from zwiftpower.com. So it will be Ali Cameron with a solid 3.8 watts per kilogram. Tanya Erath there for second place, coming out of Germany. Bobolam Anna there in the, it looks like A category rider. Had B in her name, but it looks like on ZP, so we'll have to wait for the race officials on that one. But grabbing a solid third place. Sora Patella coming out of the USA for fourth. And then Carrie Conenberg, nice job to carry for the BRT team in fifth place. Dorian Gertsema followed by Helen Lax. Then it will be Claire D. And then Anna Harad Pararego then out of the UK, and Emma Payne rounding out the top 10. The C category will be Karen Russell for Cis Cycling, followed by Liz R. and then Natasha Smith. Shout outs to them. D category still figuring stuff out there. Ashley Jones, W. Stell, and Wilby Schlemets. Looks like a sprint effort maybe between, no, probably not a sprint effort between them. Looks like the gaps are big enough that this perhaps will be the way that it ends up out on course. We'll go ahead and try to find them quickly. If we can, we will bring their race into view in just a moment here. We go ahead and hold up and open up our Zwift community live integration here. Mike Szymanski letting us know that ZIA workouts work. And he says, ouch. And I'm looking through here and I can see him letting us know what he was out there doing during the race. 122 TSS on hour 50. It looks like he did workout number 6, push pull MAP. Heart rate getting pretty high there. It looks like there's solid effort there, Mike Szymanski, for the Zwift Academy workouts. Thanks a lot for tuning in and shooting us your tweet out there. Awesome. Loved it. Neil Harewood said, great broadcast. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that very much. And then where is the B race? Douglas, I'm working on it. But they might have already come across the line. PJ, it looks like, did come across the line already. I do have Van Poel making his way across the line here out of Belgium. As we were trying to cover all the races as much as we possibly could today, but Will Buchanan now across the line, followed by S. Venter. I'm going to double check here. That might have been for the win as Van Poel just came across the line. BR now as well, 7.8 watts per kilogram. Then it will be Giljam Innovation. Excuse me, I think that was for the win actually, as Van Poel just took the W. I missed the sprint there. Sorry about that, you guys, for the B category. But solid. It looks like result there. And the men's C is coming up here in just a moment. Looks like Friedman right along with Rick Barbera now to the line from the Carity. Almost nips on the line. Almost to do so. A Tough followed by Phillip. And then Tar Bay. 8.3 watts per kilogram. So looking through here, I'm going to see if I can find... It was Van Poel. And then we'll wait for zwiftpower.com here real quick to update and give you guys an update exactly where things stand for the B category results. Moving our way back here, we're going to see if we can find it. Was Nick Van Poel, followed by Richard Gannon, actually, from the BRT team. Steven Venter then in third, followed by Geir Rigdevald, Bjorn Ringfeldt, then in fifth place. Now, moving back to the C category, we do have some battles here heating up in the B category. We'll make sure to try and follow them as best as we can. It will be M. Murray, though. Here it looks like coming out of Canada, 157 beats per minute on the attack with Jay Ferez now out of Spain now, as you can see here for the BRT team. 171 beats per minute on the attack here. Murray trying to hang on. And not sure if he's going to be able to do so. Up and out of the saddle, 6.9 watts per kilogram. Ferez attacking it as well, 6.0. Now, the different categories for those that might be wondering, you do see here, the A categories and B categories we were watching. 4.0 are higher, 3.2 to 3.9, but the C category here, 2.5 to 3.1 watts per kilogram. So these riders definitely going well over threshold, as the assumption for their threshold is going to be somewhere between 2.5 and 3.1. So they are right on the rivet right now. Being caught actually by the rest of the C category here, as you can see, rolling right on up to them. The Belgian rider here, Chedron. Now coming over the top at 194 beats per minute, just grinding out that gear. As you can see, 71 RPMs on that climb. Cross now as well. Out of Germany, Ferris trying to hold on to the pace here. 180. Now looking, Timo DZ is in there with Vongeren now trying to hang on. 2.0 though, coming from him out of the US of A. We'll give him a ride on with Murray trying to get back up to the wheel. But it will be Chedron still leading things out in this C category. So if you got your questions and comments, bring them on through and we'll keep on answering them over at Z Community Live's Mixer, as well as our Twitch and Facebook feed on Zwift's Facebook. All right, I'm going to go ahead and open up the Twitch feed here, as I did not actually have it open. Sorry about that, you guys. And the Mixer feed was actually on my Mixer, so I apologize for that. Bringing the comments and the questions on in, though, as they come through. Roger say, great race. Actually, Brett Boniface says, great race as well. Kim Little saying, we got Kim Little tuning in. Mac D is there. We are seeing Wallstrom. Good to see all you guys hanging out over at the broadcast over on Mixer. We're going to definitely bring in your questions or comments over there if you do have them. Do have quite a few hanging out over at the Twitch chat as well. Just seeing about 20 of you over there. So make sure to let us know what you're thinking or anything you would like to add to the broadcast. So make sure to keep eyes on that space now. Ferris now with about 3.8 watts per kilogram, 177 beats per minute now. Now, for those of you who might be tuning in or new to this, this is real life efforts being thrown down right now. Actual riders on real bikes with 177 beats per minute. The burn in the legs, the feeling of the lungs burning, the heart rate absolutely just pounding out of your chest, doing everything you can to hold on to the pace is happening right now for sure, to try and hold on to those avatars, chasing the pixels out here, getting the craziest workout you possibly can to try and hold on to the pace of the other riders that they're setting up on the top for the win that's going to happen here in just about 2 to 3 minutes over the top here. So last couple of K now to the line, and that's all these riders are thinking about. Can I get to the line first, but can I do it without killing myself? G. Nichols now here, as we do see chasing down, it looks Chadron chasing him down on the attack though, 3.6 watts per kilogram. And we are seeing Chapeau saying Cookie Clinton Z Sun RR needs to learn how to put a cat letter in his name. Boomshine, good to see you. Why is shiny wheels? So it is a slightly faster bike, Boomshine. It's not so much faster that it is completely unfair. I wouldn't say it's unfair if you earned it by climbing 50,000 meters in game, though. It is a huge effort, Boomshine, in order to get the Tron bike. And all of the bikes actually have different abilities. Some of them climb better. Some of them go better on flats. Some of them they all have a little bit different abilities to them, as well as the wheels. And that's just like in real life. All of the bikes that you could ride in real life, the different wheels you put on, the different frames that you use, that's going to have a better climbing ability or a better solo riding out in the flats ability. Have a better ability over cobbles. I mean, it's a lot like real life though. So in that respect, so it's I wouldn't say it's completely. I mean, there's a little bit of an advantage, but the advantage isn't so huge that it's not that's insurmountable. But there are definitely, we're talking on a TT effort around a course, somewhere between 4 to 7 seconds for a full-on 20-minute effort, I believe, or something like that. So it's not huge as far as that goes. And any smart drafting or tactics definitely outweigh that. All right, here we go for the C category. The sprint is heating up. We've got, it looks like Ferez now attacking first, 13 watts per kilogram off the front now, and we are seeing 176 beats per minute. Huge RPMs coming from Ferez now. Chadron trying to chase that down, but with the feather power up, lighting himself up there, it looks like Mutton now trying to chase it down as well. Unable to get a taste of the wheel, though, it looks like here, as Mutton from Team WR ain't going to hold off Cross. Cross going to take third, followed up by Vangren from ODZ. Nichols across the line next. And then I believe it was Chadron, and then Huberdeau from WBR. Nice job to the C category riders. And so looking through here, if you're unfamiliar with Zwift, it looks like we do have some new viewers here. And some people are like, what is going on here? How does this work? Are you playing a game? Some people think I'm playing this game. Like, they'll come here and they'll be like, so what game you playing? And like, I'm like controlling each of the avatars and making somebody. No, this is real people, real power, real pedaling. And this is what it looks like. And that was the KISS Europe race out there today out on Zwift. My name is Nathan Guerra from Zwift Community Live. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, make sure to head on over to ZwiftCommunityLive.com and pick your favorite place to follow all of the broadcasts and live content that we present. You can find our Twitter, you can find our Facebook, you can find our Twitch, our Mixer, as well as YouTube. Even I believe we might even have an Instagram that doesn't get a whole lot of use over there. So make sure to head on over to ZwiftCommunityLive.com and we will definitely have a lot of links over there for all the places you would like to follow. And joining on the broadcast, I do suggest to find a live streaming platform that you like to hang out in. That is the best place for the viewing, I would think, long-term and building of community around the live streaming. So I would definitely suggest Mixer or Twitch as the two places to head over for that. If maybe we could get a link from one of our mods to that over at the Facebook, I'd appreciate it very much. I am seeing we did have 20 to 30 viewers hanging out over at the Twitch, as well as somewhere between 20 to 30 over at the Mixer during the broadcast. And that's a place to build community, and the chat just functions really, really well there. If you're into live streaming and you would like to join us as part of the community, make sure to contact myself or Jonathan Noblet. You can do so through the Zwift Community Live Facebook, or just find us and send us a message or tweet at us at Z Community Live. Let us know that you are interested. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I'm going to go coach some kids for NICA for the next generation of cycling. But a little bit more about Zwift Academy that is going on right now. Registration closed on the 15th, but it's a great program, and this race was a part of that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow for Zuzkana's workout out on Zwift. Cheers, everybody.
Last year, Zwift Academy opened its doors, launching a groundbreaking worldwide talent search to find the next pro rider for Canyon SRAM racing. The competition exceeded all expectation. Over 1,200 women from 51 countries signed up to take the challenge in Zwift. In a truly grand finale, on the island of Majorca at Canyon SRAM's training camp, Leah Thorvaldsen of Little Rock, Arkansas, was crowned 2016 Zwift Academy champion and the newest member of Canyon SRAM Racing. This year, it could be you.
Oh wow, I could have a shot at a pro contract, but it's for anyone. It's a huge step forward in your own fitness, and so it's not all just about the one person who's going to get a pro contract. It's a win for everyone who's involved.
Zwift Academy is this great program where Zwift is trying to get the women more involved. It's just this huge, to me, a great community. There's women coming up going, I get how this could fit into my life.
What I think is so nice about Zwift Academy, I really think that it was inspiring lots of women to take part in this adventure. Maybe they've gone far beyond their own expectations.
How far I got in Zwift, there were 1,200 females that joined, and there were 100 females that finished Zwift, and I can't believe I was one of them.
Yes, it's hard, but come on, you can do it, you know, just do your best, because it's not just the physical side, it's the determination and to boost your confidence in anything else you do, not just cycling.
Find out how strong you really are. Find new friends from around the world. Find out if you have what it takes to go pro.
Do not wait, just follow your dreams.
Be the best cyclist you can be. Head over to academy.zwift.com to find out more and sign up today.